Welcome back, guys. It is Monday the 18th, and today you guys are going to be reading an article that is called What If Romeo and Juliet Had Cell Phones? So, if you haven't already, go back to the previous lesson and watch the video that I posted that summarizes Romeo and Juliet. Just for funsies, though, I am going to do a quick summary right now. So, Romeo and Juliet, one of Shakespeare's most famous plays. It's about this guy named Romeo at the beginning of the play. He's all tore up over this girl named Rosaline because he loves Rosaline, but Rosaline decides she's going to become a nun and marry Jesus. And first time we meet Romeo, he's basically moping about how she won't have sex with him. That he's like really wanting to smash and she's just not into it. And in fact, she's preparing to never smash. And he has this big speech where he's talking about like what a shame it is that she's so beautiful and no one's ever gonna have sex with her. Um, and so his friends are like, dude, gotta get over this Rosaline chick. Let's take you to a party, right? Now, Romeo is the son of what were essentially gangs, although a little bit more like organized crime, where they had like the air of legitimacy, even though like they were really just gangs. But it's set in Verona in Italy, so there are these Italian gangs, right? And so there's these two big families: Romeo's family, the Montagues, and Juliet's family, the Capulets. So Romeo, and just side note, Romeo's like 14, 15, Juliet's like 13, 14. That's the ages we're talking about. So they're definitely like early high schoolers, although they wouldn't have had high school. So anyway, Romeo goes to this party. It's a masquerade. They all wear masks, and that's important because the party is at the Capulets, sworn enemy of his family, the Montagues. So he goes to the party, he meets Juliet, doesn't know who she is. They kiss. He's got this whole, they flirt. He's like fallen in love with her, and then he finds out, oh crap, she's the daughter of my family's enemies. What am I going to do about this? She goes home, talks to her nurse, and her nurse is like, "Oh yeah, that's Romeo, son of the Montagues." So they both kind of realize, but they're still in love with each other. We have the famous balcony scene where he's standing outside her balcony talking to her. They end up getting together. They secretly get married by this priest that Romeo is friends with, and then they have sex. And after that, Juliet finds out her parents are trying to force her to marry this guy named Paris, right? Because they don't even know about the whole Romeo thing. So eventually, this leads to a fight, and Juliet's cousin Tybalt kills Romeo's best friend Mercutio during the fight. So Romeo kills Tybalt, but of course that's Juliet's cousin. So now suddenly Romeo gets kicked out of the city by the prince of Verona, and he's not allowed to come back in. And even the nurse, who up to this point has been encouraging Juliet, like, follow your heart, she's like, look, you just got to forget about him, marry Paris. Juliet doesn't want to do this. She goes to the priest, Friar Lawrence, that had married them, and she's like, what are we going to do? Let's make a plan. The friar comes up with this idea of, he's like, I got this poison that'll make you seem like you're dead for a little bit, but then you'll wake up after a while. So take this poison. I'll send a message to Romeo. Everybody's going to think you're dead. Then he'll come get you. You'll run off together. Well, the message doesn't get to Romeo. Instead, a friend of his sees Juliet's dead body, or supposedly dead body, right? And runs out to tell Romeo right away. He's like, she's dead. So Romeo comes back into the city, violating the order. Everybody's after him. He kills Paris outside of her tomb. He goes into the tomb, finds her dead, is like, says this big speech. And then he's bought this real poison that he drinks and kills himself, right? Right when he dies, she wakes up, sees him dead. She's like, oh, nah, I'm not living without you. Stabs herself. And then there's like this big moral at the end where the prince comes out and is talking to the two families, and he's like, maybe now you guys will finally stop this feud. You'll see that, hey, it's just going to kill people for no good reason. You got to stop. And that's kind of the moral of the story. It is called a star-crossed romance. Star-crossed, the idea of stars, think about astrology, right? When you think about astrology, like, oh, a Pisces would never, right? What's that saying? It's saying that the stars that were in the sky at the time when you were born have something to do with your destiny, right? So they're star crossed because the stars they were born under, chance, fate, destiny, the fact that they were born who they were born, into the families they were born, something they had no control over, that is what ends up deciding their fate in a lot of ways. If they had been born to different families, if fate had just been a little bit different, it all would have worked out perfect for them, right? Or could have. So those are some of the big themes. Watch that video. He explains it even better than I do. I love you guys. If you have any questions, I'm here. Call me. Get on my office hours, etc., etc. I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.